My name is Aria Bennett. I'm 22 years old, and the worst pain that night wasn't the stitches tearing inside my body. It was realizing that even after surgery, I was still expected to suffer for someone else. The hospital had just discharged me. My skin still smelled like antiseptic. My wrist still carried the plastic band with my name on it. And every step felt like something sharp was twisting under my ribs. I thought I was finally safe. I thought I was finally going home to rest. But the second the front door clicked shut behind me, I heard his voice. "Nice of you to show up. Now stop pretending and get dinner started." No, "Are you okay?" No, "How did the surgery go?" Not even a glance at how I was barely standing. Just an order. Like I was late for a shift. For a moment, just one, I almost did what I always did. Lower my head. Swallow the pain. Obey. But then, something stopped me. Or rather, someone. Because I wasn't alone. Behind me stood a man who had heard every single word. And the silence he carried into that room was heavier than anything my brother had ever thrown at me. My brother's name is Ryan. He's 6 years older than me. And for as long as I can remember, he acted like being born first gave him ownership over everything. The house, the space, my time, my silence. Some girls grow up with brothers who protect them. I grew up with Ryan. Ryan taught me how to apologize for things I didn't do, how to move quietly so I wouldn't set him off, how to clean up messes I never made, just to keep the peace. He didn't shout all the time. That would have been easier. Instead, he made control feel normal, like this was just how life worked. Like I was supposed to exist, smaller. Standing there that night, my body still stitched together, something inside me started breaking, but not in the way it used to. This wasn't weakness. This was clarity. Pain has a way of doing that. It strips away the lies you've been telling yourself just to survive. "Did you hear me?" Ryan snapped again. "I'm hungry." But this time, I didn't move. I didn't flinch. I just looked at him. Not like a storm I had to survive, but like a man who had gotten away with too much for too long. That's when the man behind me stepped forward. Calm, controlled, unshaken. And for the first time, Ryan noticed he wasn't the only one in the room. "Who the hell is that?" he demanded. I took a slow breath. "His name is Adrian Cole," I said. "He brought me home." That was the simple version. The truth? Adrian wasn't just some stranger. He was the man who owned the company Ryan worked for. Earlier that day, Adrian had found me struggling to carry my bag at the hospital. He didn't interrogate me, didn't push. He just observed. And somehow, he saw everything I was trying to hide. By the time we reached my building, he already knew one thing. I wasn't going somewhere safe. Back in the apartment, Ryan laughed. "This is a family matter," he said. "Stay out of it." Adrian didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "You told a post-surgery patient to cook for you," he said calmly. "That's abuse." The word landed harder than any shout ever could. Abuse. Ryan stiffened, and for the first time, he looked unsure. Then the doorbell rang. And everything changed. Her name was Lila, and she was the only person who had ever believed me without needing proof. She walked in with soup in one hand and an envelope in the other. The moment she saw my face, she understood everything. "You should be in bed," she said softly. Ryan scoffed. "She should be in the kitchen." Lila turned slowly toward him. "You actually said that out loud?" Then she lifted the envelope, and just like that, the night stopped being about words and started becoming about truth. Inside that envelope was everything Ryan thought he had hidden. Bank transfers, missing money, fake excuses, proof, every lie, every theft, every manipulation, documented, organized, unavoidable. "You stole from her," Lila said. The room went silent. Ryan laughed, but it sounded wrong. "You're serious right now?" "She needed that money for surgery," Lila continued. "You took it anyway." My voice came out quieter than I expected. But not just once. I looked at him. You did it over and over again. Something shifted in his face. Not guilt, not regret. Fear. And for the first time in my life, he wasn't in control of the story anymore. Adrian stepped in then. Measured. Precise. Is your name on the lease? He asked me. Yes. Is his? No. Ryan snapped. Why does that matter? Adrian didn't even look at him. Because, he said calmly, this stops tonight. Ryan lost his temper then. Blaming. Calling me dramatic. Calling me sensitive. Calling me ungrateful. The same script. The same tired performance. But something was different. This time, there were witnesses. And witnesses don't forget the truth. When he stepped toward me, too close, my body reacted before my mind. I flinched. And he saw it. That was always his power. Fear. But this time, someone stepped between us. Don't, Adrian said. Just one word. And Ryan stopped. That's when I realized something. Power isn't loud. Real power is undeniable. Minutes later, building security arrived. Documents were shown, voices stayed calm, facts stayed solid. And slowly, piece by piece, everything Ryan depended on collapsed. No lease, no control, no protection, no version of the story where he was the victim. When they told him to pack his things, he looked at me like I had betrayed him. I'm your brother, he said. That word, brother. He thought it still meant something. I looked at him, really looked. And for the first time, I didn't feel fear, or guilt, or obligation, just truth. Family, I said quietly, isn't an excuse to hurt someone and expect them to stay. The door finally closed. The silence felt different. Not empty, not tense, free. I stood there holding my side, breathing through the pain, and for the first time in years, I felt something unfamiliar. Safety. Later that night, sitting at the same table where I had been ordered to serve, I ate slowly, carefully, while someone else told me to rest. No shouting, no fear, no control, just quiet. And in that quiet, I realized something. Healing isn't just about stitches closing. Sometimes, it's about finally removing what kept reopening the wound. By morning, Ryan had lost his job. By the end of the week, he was facing legal consequences. But none of that mattered as much as this. I got myself back. My voice, my space, my name, my future. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't surviving my home. I was living in it. If you were in Arya's place, would you have stayed silent, or ended it that night too?